Welcome back. Just gonna point out before we go further into this video that this video is going to be a non-ASMR video, but it could be considered a unintentional ASMR video, because I know for some my regular talking voice is still relaxing and calming. So yeah, you can stay if you want to, you don't have to. But I was just going to talk about which people, which energies belong in our life. Because in this society today, there's just so much noise and chaos, and we try to flood ourselves with that noise and chaos because of all that is within us. That could be fear, not wanting to be alone, whatever it may be, whatever the case may be for you. And one aspect of life is the relationships and people we have in our lives, the people we communicate with. Because as humans, we are social. But who's not to say that someone doesn't mind being alone? Maybe someone actually enjoys it, because I enjoy it at times. I bathe in my alone time when I get it. I'm not gonna lie. But a lot of people nowadays lack that courage and likingness to be alone and to be silent with themselves. Whether that be an energetic presence, a physical presence, whatever it may be. Someone's presence has to be with you. That's when I feel it's a problem, when you need someone's presence to be there with you. But people tend to bring more noise and chaos into their lives by unconsciously or consciously choosing people that bring that noise and chaos into your life. And there's chaos and noise that is, I guess you would say, positive. I just saw 333 on the timer. Positive for our living situations and our relationships and our lives in general. But those are healthy relationships. The aspect that I'm trying to talk about is the unhealthy relationships and the dynamics within relationships that are toxic and don't need to be in your life. So when it comes to people wanting that noise and chaos, some people choose to surround themselves with people that are not what's best for them because of the reason that they just want that noise and chaos into their lives. They want that dense energy that feeds off of your energy, that energy that entices the worst parts of yourself into existence. And I just saw 444 on the timer, but I wanted to finish what I was saying. People need to let go of those people that are causing the behavior, the way they act, the way they live, the way they are being to be in a negative way. They need to get rid of the people and let go of the people that take away their peace and quiet in their life. Most of the time when the people that are in your lives that do that are the people that make your lives more complicated and harder than it has to be. The people that do stuff out of spite just because. They say stuff out of spite just because. And one thing I want to point out is, oh, there's a red cardinal over there. I wish you guys could see that. I'm not going to move the camera, but you're just going to have to trust my word. Okay? But there's 2 birds over there and there's a cardinal over there. It's nice. Anyways, people need to realize that just because someone was in your life doesn't mean they have to be in your life now. Because people tend to keep the people that they have a past with and have experienced moments with just because they've experienced moments with them. Just because they think, well, they've been in my life, so might as well keep them in my life. When that's not really healthy. That's not a healthy mentality. What we should be doing is, instead of looking at that person from who they used to be and looking at that person from the moments that you had with them in the past, look at the person now compared to your life. And I know I'm not going to promote comparison because comparison is a disease to the mind and it can cause a lot more trouble than good. But in this moment right now, I want you to think of all the people that are in your life, okay? Visualize every single one of them. Feel their energy. And then determine how the energy feels and how you feel and how your mind is when you're with that person, when you're talking to that person, when you look at that person. Compare how your life is when you're alone compared to when you are with them or when you're talking to them. And the reason why I'm saying that is because when you're alone, you can be a lot more aware and in tune with everything around you and within you than you realize. But when you're with other people, you're just in the moment with that person and feeding off of each other's energy and feeling each other's energy and being with them in that moment. Now, if your life without that person, when you're on your own, is a lot more peaceful, a lot more quiet, a lot more loving, then when you're with them, from my experience, you need to get rid of them. Not in a bad way, but in a good way. You need to let go of them with love and realize that they don't deserve your presence anymore from the way they act and the way that they make you act and how their energy affects you. There's 2 ways you can do this, okay? The first way is you keep them in your life, but you limit how much you talk to them, how much you allow them into your life, how much you give to them energetically. It becomes a relationship of building off of each other rather than a relationship that is there for a good time, or a relationship that is there to waste your energy. Turn it from a normal relationship, into a relationship that is there solely for building, growing, evolving, and changing off of each other. The second way you can do this is just straight to the point, cutting them out of your life. And the reason why this would be the best choice in some people's circumstance and situation is because sometimes people from your past and people that are from your past in your life now, and people that are in your life whenever you met them, sometimes they're solely there just to be that one nerve that pinch within you. I just saw 11:11 on the timer. They're there to trigger you on purpose. They're there to take your peace. They're there to take your love. They're there to take your energy. They're there to make your life harder and complicated more than it has to be, just because they're them. And in most cases, those people that are in your life don't belong in your life because they're not treating you how you should be treated. They're not loving you how you should be loved. They're not respecting you how you should be respected. When you take your power back, you realize that, and you let go of them because they're not healthy for you, because they're not giving you what you deserve. Sometimes it's hard to let go of people that you've had a past with. I just saw 12:12 on the timer. But the first step to letting go of those unhealthy people, unhealthy energies, is realizing that it's unhealthy. Realizing that it doesn't need to be in your life anymore. Realizing that your life is better without that person or without that energy. And for those that are empathetic and have, and feel for people and have love for people, you could be thinking, well, if I leave them, they're going to get hurt. If I leave them, I'm just not going to be the same for them. But you're not. When we're thinking about how healthy your life is and how healthy your relationship is, especially with yourself, it's not about the other person, it's about you. When there's relationships and we're talking about you, you have to be selfish. You have to be selfish in a way that's healthy for you, but not selfish to the point where you're a narcissist, if that makes sense. You have to balance it. And taking your power back is realizing that you're allowed to be selfish when it comes to the health of your being as a whole and your life and your relationships. Take the first step for you because you love yourself, you respect yourself, you want what's best for yourself, by disassociating from people and energy that do not belong in your life anymore. People that complicate it, people that make it difficult, people that may be causing harm to you either emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. But it all comes from you being more aware of your life, your relationships, your energy, their energy, what's going on, who, what, when, where. Be more aware. Be more conscious. Take a step back and look at everything in your life. Observe and calculate what is supposed to be there rather than what doesn't need to be there. Because most of the time when something doesn't need to be there, it's just wasting away on the side of your life, taking energy that doesn't need to be taken from you. I've had to do this before with people, and it's not easy because especially for me, it's not the fact that I'm not scared of losing them or I don't want to lose them. It's the fact that I'm hurting them in some way when I let go of them and when I tell them I'm moving on. But that pain for them is supposed to be a healing and growth and evolution moment for them as well. That's what relationships are. They feed off each other when it comes to growth and evolution and change. Maybe they're supposed to go through that damage, that hurt, that pain, so they can become the person that they're supposed to be towards you. The person that they're supposed to be acting as. Not acting as, but being as with you. As in being healthy, being respectful, being loving, instead of being toxic, being argumentative, being negative in your life, and taking. Anyways, it's been a good video. I hope that this video finds who it's supposed to find, and I hope that you've watched it all the way through. And if you did watch it all the way through, then I'm very grateful. We're closing in on 1,000 subscribers. I know it doesn't seem like I don't care, or it does seem like I don't care, but I do care. It's always in the back of my mind. And I just want to say that I wouldn't have been able to do it without you guys. And I'm saying that from my soul and from the bottom of my heart, because without this community, without the people that watch these videos, without the subscribers, without the comments, we would not be as far as we are now. It takes a community to get to where I want to be, and where you guys would want me to be, or where you would want to be. Anyways, I love you. Stay present. Stay safe. Peace.